Okay, so hi honeys, how are ya? Tanyanishailoc here, and of course, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you guys? I hope that you are fine, amazing, popping. Welcome back to another vlog. So for today, I actually thought about let us do a sit down vlog and talk about this elephant in the room. Believing in yourself, because I believe that believing in myself has been one of the most tremendous thing in my life. I'm 23 right now, and I think that I'm still learning. I'm still learning a lot of things, but I believe that the late teens of my age, or of my life, actually, they were some of the most teaching years, even up to today, that I don't give up on everything that I intend to do, even though results are not there. Most of the time, I tend to cling on to believing and believing and believing. In today's vlog, I'm going to be answering some of the questions that a lot of you guys send me. Especially, I have a lot of girlfriends or girlfriends, if that makes sense. And most of the time, I get these different messages. Tanya, how do you remain streamlined according to what you want and you actually remain on it even without results? Tanya, how can I be able to stand up even after this fall? Tanya, how can I, a lot of questions. And I'm a feminist. That is the first thing. Then second of all, I'm a very feminine person. So most of the time I tend to feel bad, especially if a female, or a woman generally is going through something and I cannot be able to provide maybe what I would have provided them. So in today's vlog, actually, I'm going to be sharing my story, especially when it comes to how I failed for 2 years consistently. Yeah, 2 years consistently. That is 2017 and 2018. And in 2019, I was finally admitted for nursing school. I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my makeup world, how I've been able to maneuver everything over time, and lastly, maybe about my finances. And yeah, so without any further ado, let us just dive into the video right now. When it comes to my education life, I want to share something that is very, very personal with you guys today, but I believe that you learn a thing or two about it. So growing up, actually, I was a very, very, very absolutely bright kid. I remember going through primary school and finally doing my PLE examinations, passing highly. That is primary living examinations, if you are not familiar with that. It is a board that is responsible for primary schools here in Uganda. Going to secondary school, that was in 2013, 14, 15, and 16. I was also a very, very well, performing student overall. I was admitted at Kajan's Progressive Senior Secondary School. That was in 2013 and 14. I did my senior 1 and senior 2, that is early high school, at Kajan's Progressive Senior Secondary School. Then later on, I actually moved to Chitende Secondary School. It's a government school here in around Entebbe. It's around Entebbe. And I also performed very, very absolutely well, especially when I was accomplishing my UCE, that is examinations that you do to accomplish your high school here in Uganda. Generally, I performed very absolutely well, and I was rewarded by the school. I was also rewarded with a lunch out with my parents. Then I also got an opportunity to meet his gracious Stanley Tagali. By then, he was, I believe, the leader of the Protestant, I think the Protestant church, something like that. A very, very prominent person in the country. I was able to meet him, and things now, they turned out poorly when I went for HSC. So if you don't know HSC, if you want to go for university here in Uganda, you have to actually first pass through that level, the advanced level. And at that particular advanced level, I was doing, I believe, 4 different subjects, biology, chemistry, and pure math, then stroke ICT. I was admitted again at Chitende Secondary School, but things were not good. The first year, that is 2000, I believe, was it 17? I failed terribly. That is first term, second term, and third term. The same thing happened for the second year, first term, second term, and third term. And I kept on, weeping and trying to discuss and doing all these different things that I knew for sure that they will help me, be able to level up and be able to get a little bit much more marks than the marks I was getting by then, because I was not performing well at all. When I tell you guys that to look at a person who passed highly from all those different levels and reaching this level and things are not coming out, it is actually very, very hard, not only to that person, but also the parents and the school generally. So it was very, very absolutely hard. And I believe that in 2019, that was, I believe, in January, when the final results of that year were released in 2018, I had failed terribly, like terribly. By then, I knew that I was not going to be able to attend university, and yet that was my dream. I wanted to attend university. I wanted to go to Makerere University and be able to obtain a degree in either medicine, dentistry or something like that. That was my dream. It was the dream of my life by then. But all those different failures that happened to me, throughout consistently those 2 years, I ignored all the different signs, and for me, my intention by then, it was on the prize. I just wanted to have marks to take me to university. I never actually cared about all these different signs that were always popping in and popping in and popping in, and maybe telling me that there is some door elsewhere open, So after the results of the examinations and finding out that actually I had failed, I grieved for over 6 months. And within that period of time, I got up myself. I believe, if I remember very well, it was on a Sunday, and by then I had started reading all these different inspiring books. I had started listening to operas, podcasts. I had started listening to a lot of different podcasts that can actually help me get up. I also had some different support from my other sisters, especially abroad. I had a sister by then who was working in Oman, that is in Saudi Arabia. I had a sister who was working in South Africa, that is Pretoria, and a lot of other people who actually wished me well and told me, Tanya, this is not the end. If this door has closed, another door elsewhere is opening up. Mind you, there is some documents that we actually do fill. The first one is Pujab, then the other one is Jab. There are 2 documents that you fill in if you want to go to any university here in Uganda. So I think my first option, it was medicine, then the second one was about dentistry, then the third one was about nursing. But I never knew that for sure, deep in my heart, I never knew that I would do nursing. And it's one course that I looked at and I said, that is not for me. My course is the other, among the other 2 that I've just mentioned. But if you don't know this also, if you get very, very low grades here at that particular level, you are not admitted at any university. So I was equal to not being admitted. That is the main reason why it actually made me weep a lot, because I just felt like I had let down myself, I had let down my family, my friends, and a lot of people who had a lot of beliefs in me to go to the university and actually do those particular courses. Yes. So I believe this was in July, after I had started picking up myself, trusting myself, believing in myself. I got an opportunity to be admitted at the current institution where I'm going to be finishing off my, certificate level in nursing. I went back to senior for results. I used my UCE pass slip. I applied for, a certificate in nursing. And since when I entered into that particular course, for sure, I knew that this is the course of my life. I started propelling and succeeding day after day. And now I know it for sure that believing and never giving up on different things actually might turn up to be one of the most important and above all life and eye-opening, situations or circumstances, Now I know it for sure that belief and never giving up creates reality. Because if I had given up on myself within the last 6 months that I grieved, those 6 months that I grieved after the release of those examinations, I don't know if even it would have been possible for me to actually be currently on this YouTube channel. I don't know even if I would have gone for nursing school. I don't know even if I would have found a course that I love, that I treasure now very, very absolutely much, The second story time that I want to talk about is this was back then in that period of time when actually I had, failed examinations and I was was going through all these different emotions day after day, when I thought about it sincerely to start doing makeup, when I started doing videos on YouTube and started, because generally as a feminine person, I loved makeup. I always did my mom's makeup even before I started recording any video. I always advised her on which different shade of, lipstick to wear. So I kind of loved and liked those things. So YouTube with makeup just came to bombard together to give me that particular therapy that I always loved, even since then. So starting out in makeup, guys, I was inspired by a lot of people. Dima Umer, James Charles, a lot of them, the rock stars of our generation when it comes to makeup. But initially, I was not doing makeup well. Even up to now, I love the way how I do it, but I just feel like there is somewhere I'm going. It is still a journey, And the one thing that I want to point out, especially when it comes to this journey of my makeup, it has always been practice and patience. Practice and patience. Practice and patience. And I've seen myself grow over time. The way how I did makeup back then in 2017 is not the way how I'm doing makeup now. The way how I did brows back then in 2016, it's not the same way currently I'm doing brows. And if you are struggling with anything, just give yourself time. Give that particular something time and allow yourself to grow with that particular thing. Because I believe that if I had actually given up on myself because I did not have the products, if I had given up on myself because of a lot of different comments and tags on Instagram, people, describing my makeup as clown makeup, even I wouldn't have been able to, currently to be able to be sponsored by any beauty brand. Patience and allowing yourself to grow with time have also been some of the tremendous things that have helped me to keep believing in myself and never giving up on my dreams. This actually brings me to the last thing that I want to talk about, especially when it comes to my finances. Generally, let me tell you, I'm a firm believer in my spirit than my mind and my body, I follow a lot what my spirit tells me, or my soul, or my intuition, Senga w'omutima, we call it senga w'omutima mu Luganda. That nudge within me, I respect it a lot. And I believe that is one thing that has been turning over everything when it comes to finances, not only for me, but also for my family. I've made a lot of different bad, damageative financial decisions in the past, but I believe that my intuition has helped me to get over them and learn a lesson from one or two from them. My finances have not always been the best. I started making money, I think I was around 17 or 18 in a shop. Initially I was working for my mom and my dad. They were paying me. They had a thrift shop, which had also groceries, a little bit of those things. And they were giving me a small amount of money. But I knew it for sure, even in the start, that I wanted to be financially healthy. Even from the start, from a very young age, I grew up seeing my mom and my dad being the present day hustlers, if that makes sense. So I knew for sure if I work hard and if I had a different plan in place, I was able to succeed. But I never knew how. I'm still very young. I'm 23, if I've not mentioned yet. And this journey is just starting, But I believe that every mistake I've done financially has been a lesson to me. I'm not the richest person in Uganda. I'm not the poorest person in Uganda, but I'm living in a condition that I'm very appreciative of. And every day I thank the Almighty for blessing me with every business that I've been able to set up, from a thrift shop to a beauty shop to my YouTube channel, to doing hair, to doing makeup, to doing a lot of different things. And I want to tell every person out there who feels like he's struggling financially or is not getting hold of their finances of how they want them to go, listen to this, baby girl. You are not absolutely alone. Learn from every financial mistake that you have done in the past. Try to equip yourself with a lot of knowledge and information as much as you can. That is the only thing that I believe for sure that has been able to equip me with a little bit of experience to be able to operate my businesses and to be able to invest as much as I can with the little I have. As I come to the conclusion of this vlog, I want to leave you with a word or two. This is belief creates your reality. Belief creates your reality. And every failure that we experience in life, I believe now for sure that it is a step to teach us a thing or two about the next right step. Thank you very, very absolutely much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share out with friends and family. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Until we meet next time, Tanyanishailoc switching out. Bye for now.